The final week is approaching. This is emotional. I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of obsessed with Big Brother. And now is the time to vote for your winner. So let's go through the final 9 and see what we think, because at the moment I don't have a favourite. Let me know what you think in the comments. Pros and cons of the housemates. Let me know who your favourite is in the comments, because I do not have a freaking clue who I'm going to vote for. And the votes close on Sunday. So that means that 3 people are going to go on Sunday. Oh my god. Help. Emma. I like Emma overall. What I haven't liked about her is the fact that she's moaned about Lily behind her back and constantly said, the next time she screams, I'm going to say something. The next time she does this, I'm going to do something. And she never done anything because she was an absolute shite bag. And she came across as somebody who's confident and doesn't really mind confrontation. And in the beginning, she said that she didn't want to say anything to Lily because she's 50 and Lily was 20, and she didn't want to come across as a bully. But in my mind, they were both adults, and she could have at least just sat down with her and tried to have a civilised conversation. And then when it came time for her to be the evil HOH, she didn't vote for Lily, because once again she was a shite bag, and she didn't want Lily to know that she voted for her. But then as soon as she was back in the diary room, she voted for her again. Another thing that I didn't like is when Marcello won HOH and they were all celebrating, she was quite bitter about it, and she came out and she's like, oh, it's time for some ass kissing. Like, let the people be happy. Other than that though, I do think she's quite funny. I like it when she puts on her accents. I think that she comes across as a nice, genuine person, although I wish that she had spoke up more regarding certain things instead of just moaning behind people's backs. Marcello is a skis bag. I didn't like him when he first went in, and then when I seen videos of him on TikTok interviewing people on the street, and he couldn't believe that a woman would have the audacity to walk away from him, and he was slagging her fashion sense while he stood there in grey shorts and a jumper. And I thought, nah, I don't like him. As time's gone on though, I do think he's quite funny. I think he's quite like a genuine friend. When he won HOH and he stood up and he says, oh, I don't even have this support outside the house, I felt really sorry for him. But in the back of my mind, I think he's this guy who thinks that he loves women, but he's actually got no respect for them whatsoever. So I don't hate him or anything, but I don't really want him to win. I don't think he deserves it. Sarah, when she went in, for whatever reason I couldn't stand her. I can't remember what it was that she done, but I just didn't really like her. As time went on, I thought that she was quite funny. She was coming out her shell, she was getting more camera time, and I really liked her. But then the joke that she made about stop the gloats, and whether or not it was meant as a racist thing, I don't know. But what I do know is that's not something that would even cross my mind to say. And I know she was just trying to be funny because Nathan's political, but I just didn't really understand it. And when Hannah was talking to her about it, she didn't even know that that's what she meant to begin with. She told her that herself, so she obviously thought it was like a really innocent thing. But at the end of the day, it didn't help with the fact that she announced to the house that she voted UKIP. And this is why I don't think they should be allowed to talk about politics at all on Big Brother. It just shouldn't be allowed. I don't want her to win. Nathan, it's no secret why I don't like Nathan. Another reason why I don't think you should be allowed to talk about politics or your political views on Big Brother. But as time went on, I started to think that he was quite funny. But I did get sick of him looking at the board and going fake game player, and being completely two-faced. And he was bitching about Lily behind her back constantly and saying she was childish and saying that she was an actress and all that. But then all of a sudden, he started to become really close friends with her, and it was super suspicious. He then had the audacity to sit at the dining room table and tell all the housemates that they were patronising Lily, when he was one of the worst for it. When he was watching her cleaning, she says, you can help me. He's like, oh no, you're doing so amazing. Him and Baked Potato were encouraging her to go and get the chocolate for under Khaled's bed just because they weren't on the winning side of the house. He's got an absolute cheek, and I hope he doesn't win. Oh, also the fact that he said that Khaled wasn't being his genuine self because he didn't talk about Palestine and like political stuff. Like, not everybody wants to sit and talk about politics all the time. Hannah, I really like Hannah. A lot of people in the comments a couple of weeks ago were talking about how aggressive she was. But then when Lily was pointing at Thomas and calling him weird and shouting at him, nobody called her aggressive, and it was totally double standards. And I thought it was quite pathetic, to be honest. People often comment on the fact that she's friends with the boys. That's not a big deal to me. Women can be friends with men. It's not the 1600s, we're living in 2024. She also expressed to Ali that she didn't expect to come into the house and be close with a group of boys, but she just wasn't like vibing with the girls, and I felt really sorry for her. After Ali tried to make peace with her, tried to make her feel better, and it looked as if they were getting on, Ali stabs her in the back and nominates her. So I actually don't mind if Hannah wins. And she's been entertaining. Other than the fact that she was greeting over having basic rations when they had amazing food. Aye, okay, they didn't have salt and sugar and tea and coffee, but they had tatties. Come on. Shaggin I really like from the start. Despite the fact that a lot of people think he's boring, I think he's so cute. And when Lily was saying that she was having nightmares and he was praying with her and everything, I was like that, oh my god, he's actually adorable. When Lily was screaming, you could see that he was like living in fear, right? He thought that she'd been possessed by a demon. And I really loved him. Up until he was talking about Hannah to Khaled, and he says, oh, she comes to me, she comes to me. When we have seen time and time and time and time again that that's not true. We've seen him going to Hannah many times. A lot of people also don't like the fact that he's got a girl outside the house and they feel like him and Hannah are really flirtatious. However, both him and Hannah have made it clear that they could never be together due to religious reasons, and they haven't actually done anything. And he also said that the girl outside the house wasn't somebody that he was going out with, it was just somebody that he really liked and he was maybe falling in love with. Now, would that be nice for that girl to watch and see? Possibly not, but she's probably not even bothered. For the simple fact that he said that about Hannah is the only reason I don't want him to win, because other than that, I think he's just so lovely. Ali. From day one, Ali was my favourite to win, and then I seen on Late in Live that she says that if she was the Prime Minister for the day, she would give men a curfew, and I just went right off her, because she was in that garden saying that she's a feminist and everybody should be a feminist, and then she says that men should have a curfew, and I know that people are like, oh, she said that like she's trying to prove this point. It doesn't matter, she still said it and I don't agree with it. The way she babied Lily was concerning, to say the least. She was telling people not to patronise her, but she literally wiped the snotters off her face. She spoke to her like a baby, and then the other night when her and Sarah were having an argument, she went, oh, Lily's had enough now. As if like, okay children, come inside, Lily, it's time for dinner, time to go to bed. And I was like, she's a 20-year-old woman. Emma had a cheek to nominate her by saying that she was enabling Lily, because Emma was the one who tidied up all the carrot and potato peelings off the table. It wasn't Ali. Most of them were enabling her in the house. Other than these things, I actually think that Ali seems like a fun, nice person. She's absolutely stunning. I know that a lot of people love her, but I just don't want her to win. Thomas overall has had about 10 minutes in total of screen time, and I think that that's a shame. And a lot of people might be thinking, oh, it's because he's not fun, he's not done anything. But when they done the lineup at the boot camp, they put Shagan and Thomas at the top, and surely they didn't only put them at the top because they're nice guys. They must be fun in the house as well. It's just that we didn't get to see it because some people were taking up all the screen time and Big Brother was pushing their agenda because they knew who they wanted to win. I wouldn't really mind if Thomas won, but I would probably die of shock if that happened. Baked potato. On night one, I thought, no, I can't be going with her, she's annoying. But as time went on, I was like, she's just excitable and she's a bit awkward. And a lot of people don't like her because she's paired up with Nathan. She did not deserve the booze that she got the other night. I would be surprised if she won. I'm definitely not going to vote for her to win. But if she did win, it wouldn't be like the end of the world. The vote freezes on Sunday, so I need to make a decision. Let me know in the comments who you're voting to win, and remember, it's a vote to win. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!